Here in the kitchen with Chef Bob. It's nice to see you back here. Last week we got to see you every day because of our Cook in Our Kitchen week. But
that was fun. There were some great contestants. They did great. They all did a great job, I think.
It really was wonderful.
It was great.
It is nice to have you back here cooking, though. Today we're making a great dish, Japanese braised chicken with mushrooms. Before, I know you're going to get very busy here in the kitchen. Let's go over the ingredients that you have set out here.
And basically, too, what I was looking at, the braised chicken, there's another name for it, mizutaki or oden is a Japanese name for it. But I kind of want to say there's kind of similarities among different cultures. The French have their coq au vin, and the Italians have the chicken cacciatore. And it's all kind of very similar type dishes. They're like could be a one-pot type thing, but it's all started out as what was available in areas. So this is the Japanese version. But we have chicken. We're going to have some shiitake mushrooms. Got some carrots, water chestnuts, bamboo shoots, and we have a little bit of sugar going in there. I have the tops to some green onions. We got some sake, and we got some chicken broth. That's going to finish it off. But we also brought, because of the buzzers, the buzzer brigade, we don't have bacon today, but we have country ham.
Country ham. So I think they're going to be okay with that.
Yeah. So that kind of is going to give some little bit of depth and balance to the deal. Okay. What we have also too is, what I've already gone ahead and done is marinated the chicken. Okay. I used some chicken thighs, and actually deboned them. Took the bone out of them just for
boneless chicken thighs.
Boneless chicken thighs. You don't have to debone them, but I did it for us for ease and quickness of cooking today. But we want to marinate it with a little bit of soy sauce, some mirin, which is a sweet Japanese cooking wine, sesame oil, just a little touch of that, ginger, garlic, and pretty much that was it. And you want to marinate for at least like an hour.
Oh, so at least an hour, not like an overnight kind of thing.
Or overnight, you could absolutely, you can.
So that's what you've done here, and this chicken is in there, and we're going to braise it now.
We're going to braise it, which basically means you're going to sear the outside of it, and then we're going to finish it with liquids to kind of finish it off.
Okay, so that's the definition of braising.
Right.
You've got oil in here?
We've got some oil going in right now.
All right. What kind do you use here?
I'm using a little canola oil, and that's kind of
hot.
That's a good. But let's go ahead, before we do that, let's go ahead and pat off some of this so it doesn't get...
Oh, see, this is what it doesn't make sense to me, though. You're going to marinate it and then kind of pull the juices off?
The marinade's already in there, and don't worry, it's coming back. We just don't want us to flame up too much on us. And
I get it. Well, I don't want that either.
Yeah.
You don't want the fire department here.
Right. So we're just going to take off some of that, and so it helps to sear the outside a little bit better.
Okay. So the flavor will be there, but you're taking off some of the excess.
Right, and we can just go ahead and do this real quickly.
Here. I can help you with that.
There you go.
In the meantime, I know you wanted to make some rice that will go with the dish.
We got some regular sticky rice, as people want to call. We'll just get these started. We'll jump over and finish this off. And just the rice we did.
Here, you describe that. I'll do this, Chef Bob.
Okay, and the rice basically is basically 1 cup of rice to about 1.5 cups of water. And the main thing on there, I think, like Carrie's talked about, we don't want to stir it. So go ahead and add everything together.
Stirring, right.
Bring it up to a boil, and then reduce it down to medium, and then let it finish off. Actually turn it off. So.
Now, I mean, if you have a rice cooker, obviously you're using the kind of rice that will work in there, but this is if you have like a normal pot.
And then we're going to also have add to this a little cucumber salad dish called sunamono. And what I've taken here is some of the English cucumbers and took the seeds out, striped it a little bit just for color, and then we're just going to go ahead and slice it down. Okay. And what we're going to do is take this cucumber after I slice this down.
Now, Chef Bob, am I overcrowding the pan here, or is it okay?
That's about good right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you're slicing up those cucumbers.
Slicing the cucumbers, and then we're going to, for about 5 minutes, we want to salt these. And what the salt does, it draws out the excess water. And we're going to put some salt.
That's a lot of salt.
Don't worry. We're going to rinse it off.
Okay. All right. Because I get all freaked out when there's too much
salt.
Yeah, salt or butter.
No.
But
then doesn't it make it taste so good?
That's true. I mean, we've had this before. It's delicious. And that's the thing I've noticed with your recipes is you kind of mix and match a little bit and put different
flavors and textures.
Well, different main courses with different variations of your sides.
Yeah. I guess I try to make them rounded out to be the whole meal if we can.
Okay.
But then this is going to sit for about 5 minutes. Right. We'll rinse it off, then we'll add the other ingredients, which is going to be basically rice wine vinegar, if I can say it, sugar, a little bit of mirin, which is that sweet sake, and then we'll kind of balance out the flavors. That's pretty much the marinade and dressing for this.
All right, so we're going to work on this. What are we going to do in our next segment?
Next segment, we're going to go ahead and finish. We'll finish off the braising here. We're going to add the vegetables. We'll add the liquids. cover it up, let it go, and it just takes about 15 minutes.
Okay.
And it's ready to go.
Smells good, doesn't it, guys?
And we'll finish up the salad, yeah.
Thanks, Chef Bob.
Sure.
We are back in the kitchen with Chef Bob from Farm Fresh making our Japanese braised chicken with mushrooms. You can smell this chicken from outside, by the way. It's delicious.
That's
Absolutely
what it's all about,
delicious. It is. So you've, on both sides, you've browned it.
We browned it, seared it, and part of the reason, too, is we have the skin. We left the skin on here. I mean, I don't know. I like chicken with skin on it.
I agree.
That's the best
and I
part
know
of the
it's
chicken.
like a taboo. You're not supposed to keep it on there.
But what we did was, part of the searing process, part of what we did in the braising process was to render the fat on the out of the chicken, out of the fat that's beneath the skin there.
Okay.
And so we went ahead and did that, seared it off, poured off the excess grease.
Okay. So you've done that already.
Right. Now we're going to go ahead and just add the vegetables. If you want to add the mushrooms and the carrots.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All of the carrots and all of the
Sure,
mushrooms.
why not?
Now, did you soak these?
No, I didn't. These are actually fresh shiitake mushrooms from our produce departments, and I just took the stems off.
All right.
Okay.
And all the carrots?
Yeah, the carrots. Let's see. Yeah. What kind of eyeballed these today?
Yeah, like a pound?
Yeah, I think this actually I had it in a recipe as like a couple cups or a cup or so. Okay. And then go ahead and add the bamboo shoots. That's basically one of the small cans.
People might not be familiar with this.
Yeah, bamboo shoot it's actually, you have bamboo growing in the yard. Yeah, it's that bamboo, but it's the very young shoots of the bamboo that they pick.
Normally, though, people buy them in cans.
Right, it's already done for you. You don't have to worry. And this is the water chestnuts.
And again, people might not be so familiar with this either.
And these are grown, and they are grown in like the low edges of the ponds and things. That's where they usually are. But nowadays they're all cultivated.
Right.
But it kind of gives a little crunch. It really doesn't have much of its own flavor. But it's going to be a texture thing that we're looking for. Okay, now we're going to add some of the other things. And we're going to use the green onions. We're using the top for garnish. We'll use the bottom to throw it in. We don't waste anything.
That is always a good way to be.
Okay. And then we're going to, let's hold off on that. Let's hold off on the sugar. We're going to put a little bit of the country ham in there.
Ah, now not all of the ham.
Let's go with a half of it and see what it looks like.
Okay. And so you put that in specifically for a Buzz Brigade?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But then, it is a, in the Asian cultures, they a lot of times use a salty ham. They're very similar to this country ham. And since we're in an area, then why not?
Right. So, well, I mean, the other thing is you really don't have that many spices necessarily. I mean,
right. The ginger and the garlic are your main spices in here. And you're going to go ahead and add the marinade. I just drained off the marinade so we don't have the big chunks of ginger and garlic in there. And go ahead and add that.
But this is the one that you used earlier for the chicken.
For the chicken. And then we're going to add a little bit of sake, about maybe a cup of sake.
Are you going to let me eyeball it?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
A little more.
A little more.
A little bit more.
A little bit more.
Okay, there we go. And then we're going to go ahead and then add some chicken stock, about half that box there.
Half that box? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
This is a nice, as you said, a one-pot, kind of like a one-pot wonder?
Yeah, it is. I wouldn't say it's something you want to put in your crock pot, because actually you're going to find out this is actually, at this point, all you do, once you bring it up to a boil and then you turn it down, it takes about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then you're done.
And that's it?
Right. And let's go ahead and add the sugar there.
Oh,
that's right there.
All of the sugar?
All the sugar.
I would think maybe the challenge here for folks at home is to get a pot big enough to get everything kind of heated through, right?
And, I'm making a little extra because we have a big crew here. And
I know, and I think that we've already got some requests over there in the audience.
We got that. And then we can just, that's there. We're going to kind of turn up the heat, bring it up to a boil, put a cover on it. That goes for about 15 minutes.
That's it.
And that's going to be it. We're going to come back and we'll plate it up. And then we have the cucumber salad. I went ahead and rinsed this off, all that salt that you didn't like. Okay, we're going to add...
It's not that I didn't like it.
I understand. And then we're going to add the rice wine vinegar. Mm-hmm. Okay. The mirin, which is that sweet sake. Mm-hmm. Okay. And
where do you pick that up?
You can get an Asian aisle at Farm Fresh, and we have that for you there. And then sugar. And we're going to add a little bit of sugar. We're going to give this a quick mix. And we're going to garnish it with something a little later. I'll talk about that.
All right.
But it's basically, this is your dressing, and you're looking for that, almost that kind of tart, sweet taste. And once you taste that, and tell me what you think. If we need to adjust it, we will.
I mean, I've had this before, and I know it is delicious.
Is it right there? Enough? Okay. And that's basically, and then we're going to let that sit for about 10 minutes and get all those flavors together, and we're pretty much going to be putting it together in the next segment.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
All right. In the next segment, of course, we're going to invite Gina McVeigh in to talk about some wine pairings with this wonderful dish. And the rice is done? The rice is done. It's waiting for us to scoop it out. All right. this looks good. Chef Bob from Farm Fresh here in our kitchen, finishing up our Japanese braised chicken with mushrooms. And you said this is done.
It's done, and hopefully I kind of illustrated this. It's a very easy dish to make.
It seems
quick.
very easy.
I mean, we did it. After we put it together, it took, what, 15 minutes to cook?
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
it.
And I mean, you deboned the chicken, but if, let's say, you put some bone chicken in, would it be like fall off the bone tender, that kind of thing?
It will be, actually,
Okay.
yeah. And, well, you know, the longer you cook it, it will be. But yeah, after you do the braising and then you cook it, yeah, it should be almost very
the
tender
end
for
result.
you. Right. And you had brought up a good point, too. I mean, I use thighs here. That's maybe not your favorite piece, you know, but you can use any part of the chicken. You know,
Drumsticks.
Drumsticks. Yeah.
Would it work with a chicken breast, though?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it will. You know, I find that though the chicken breast, even though it's in a liquid, can still get a little bit dry as you cook
Right.
longer. But you know, it's still in a liquid, and it'll still be there for you.
Very good. Okay, so we're
Make it
plating up.
yours.
We've got the rice.
Got the rice here. Got a scoop of rice here. You want to just take, you know, whatever you think for your family, and go ahead and just.
All right.
I'll just do a little arrangement there. I'm gonna put the
Do I
salad.
put it on top of the rice?
I would put it around the rice.
Okay, so I've messed this one up
That's
already.
okay.
Sorry.
Put it around the rice, and maybe just whatever you portion for your family.
And do I put that here or?
I would put it all around here.
All
and
around-
I'm gonna put
oh,
it
I
on the
see,
back.
I see,
On
I
the back
see.
here, I'm gonna put a little bit of this.
While I'm messing this up, I'm going to call in
right.
Gina McVeigh to talk about some wine pairings that you have with this wonderful meal. Hi, Gina.
Hi. Okay, lots of Asian flavors in
Yes.
here. Soy, sake, garlic,
Yeah.
ginger. There's a lot going on. So you have to be really careful when you're pairing a dish that has this many flavors. So, you know, I always try to sneak in a bubbly when I can.
I know you do.
And with Asian food, I think bubblies are really nice. But you don't want a bubbly that's too dry. And this is why I picked a rosé. This is Graham Beck.
Wow.
Sparkling wine. It's from South Africa. And it's absolutely delicious. The rosé looks really pretty. I love the color. And then we have Riesling, which is the natural pairing
Right.
to go with Asian food. But I'm telling you what, Riesling gets a bad rap.
Does it?
A lot of people think it's sicky sweet wine. It's not really good. And that comes from after World War II, and we did get a lot of bad Riesling. This is fabulous. If you love Riesling, if you don't love Riesling, go out and get you a bottle of Milan. It is my personal favorite. It's fabulous. The price is great, and it would be great with Asian cuisine.
That's a pretty big endorsement. I mean, that it is one of your
It
favorites.
is one of my
Seriously.
favorite, no doubt.
Okay, definitely. We'll try that. And I guess when you say the bubbly, you think it's a celebration kind of thing. It doesn't have to be, but
Never. I drink champagne all the time with food. It is a beautiful way to enjoy champagne. It's not just for celebrations.
but it could be a celebration in and of itself. But I get it. You can
Bob's
use it.
wonderful dish is a celebration.
No, definitely. So you plated this up so nicely, and this is the surprise.
Yeah, we just had the
Here, let's move this
the
over.
cucumber salad, and then on top I garnished this with which I think you might know in one of the marketing terms is surimi. And basically what it is in Japanese cooking it's called kamaboko, which is actually a steamed fish cake.
Oh, wow.
And it's actually fish that's been ground, and then they kind of steam it, and then they press it together, and they add a little color to it, and little seasonings and all that. But it comes from the origins from Japan.
Right.
And not just saying that's why I use it here, but it has kind of interesting background. It, it has in the past it was made from shark, and then that kind of was not a taboo thing to. Now it's ground pollock. That's what they use now for this, but it's a steamed fish, and you see it a lot of times in different applications, but it's healthy. You can eat it right off, and just wanted to add something different to this.
Very nice. It
But-
looks delicious. We cannot wait to try it. Bob, Gina, thank you very much.
Thank you.